This is the Steam Deck OLED and this is the Lenovo Legion Go, which comes with SteamOS pre-installed. Two of the best handheld PCs you can buy right now. So which one is better? Both devices are running the same operating system, which is SteamOS. It should be easy, right? Well, no. Let me explain. So the Legion Go is a brand new handheld from Lenovo, which is kind of the first to come with SteamOS out of the box. Valve licensed SteamOS to run on Windows-based handhelds, which we are previously running Windows. If you've been watching my videos lately, I've complained about how unstable and annoying Windows is on handhelds. It's not well optimized for these kind of devices, with constant updates, low frame rates for games and poor battery management. That left me installing SteamOS on other handhelds like the Ally X and even the first Legion Go handheld. I gained a performance boost and some tweaks that come with the operating system. What I loved about SteamOS on these handhelds was how well optimized and smooth it is when running games like Cyberpunk 2077, Shadow of the Tomb Raider and Baldur's Gate 3. Even though the performance wasn't at par with the Steam Deck, it was better than on Windows. So with the Legion Go supporting SteamOS out of the box, I wanted to find out whether it could actually outperform the Steam Deck OLED. The Legion Go with SteamOS is priced at $600, while the Steam Deck OLED is priced at $550, fairly similar prices. On paper, the Legion Go has better specs than the Steam Deck OLED, but the specs alone don't tell the full story when it comes to which handheld is actually better. We shall compare the performance, software, usability and support of both devices to see which one is better suited for you. But before we dive into the video, go ahead and hit that like button. It really helps YouTube recommend my content to other people who are into handheld gaming. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing to the channel. Thank you. Design-wise, both devices take different approaches. The Legion Go OS is an all-in-one suited unit with integrated controls, no detachable controllers like on the original model. Personally, I prefer this design since I wasn't a fan of the detachable setup. It felt bulky and uncomfortable to hold. The Steam Deck, on the other hand, is very similar to the original Steam Deck in shape and size. It's thinner and lighter than the Legion Go OS. I do love the Steam Deck OLED's touchpads. They feel great and work well, which you won't find on the Legion Go OS. If you play shooter games, one of the features the Legion Go has is the back triggers, which is a huge W. And also, you won't find this on any handheld right now. Depending on the game you're playing, these triggers really work for me personally. Some people may not find them as useful, but I think they come in especially handy in combat-focused games, making them a solid addition to the overall gaming experience. When it comes to the displays, the Steam Deck OLED uses OLED panel, which delivers deeper blacks, higher contrast and more vibrant colors compared to the Legion Go OS's IPS LCD. However, the Legion Go OS has a larger 8-inch and a higher resolution display, offering more screen real estate and sharper visuals than the Steam Deck OLED's 7.4-inch. The Legion Go OS supports a higher refresh rate of 144Hz, making it smoother for fast-paced games, while the Steam Deck OLED is limited to 90Hz. Personally, I'm a huge fan of a big screen, and the VR display is definitely a plus, which is not on the Steam Deck OLED. Specs-wise, the Legion Go OS is fairly the most comparable device to the Steam Deck. The Legion Go OS has an AMD Ryzen Z2 Go chip, which is the same as the Windows version, while the Steam Deck has a custom AMD APU Zen 2 chip. Now, one thing I can say, when using a lower TDP mode of 6 watts on both devices, the Steam Deck outperforms the Legion Go OS on those less demanding games, getting around 5 to 10 FPS or higher compared to 5 to 10 FPS lower on the Legion Go OS, depending on the game you are playing. And you are getting better battery life on the Steam Deck of 6 to 7 hours compared to the 4 to 5 hours of battery on the Legion Go OS. Now, when you bump things up to 15-watt TDP mode, I noticed the Steam Deck gets around 2 to 4 frames more than the Legion Go OS with the Z2 chip. One advantage of the Legion Go OS with the Z2 chip is that it allows you to push performance further by enabling a 25-watt TDP mode. So lately I've been playing Expedition 33. And one thing I noticed, you won't have a great time playing this game on the Steam Deck. The game doesn't play well, it looks rough, but on the Legion Go OS, you can get around 30 to 40 FPS, which might dip performance but playable. You're not getting the same performance like on the Z1 Extreme, but you're going to get a gaming experience that's going to let you enjoy Expedition 33 on this 8-inch display. When it comes to performance, I tested a variety of games on both the Steam Deck OLED and the Legion Go OS to measure the FPS and power usage. Running Forza Horizon on both devices, I was able to get 65 FPS on the Steam Deck OLED and 63 FPS on the Legion Go OS, both running at 15-watt TDP at 720p resolution. But when you increase the wattage to 20 watt on the Legion Go OS, we see a 72 FPS. Black Myth Wukong was one of the games I wanted to test. At a custom 15 watt TDP setting on the Legion Go OS, there was something boosting going on. And at the end of the test, I was able to get 51 FPS on the Legion Go OS and 44 FPS on the Steam Deck. Shadow of the Tomb Raider was slightly better on the Steam Deck. With a 15 watt TDP, we saw 58 FPS on the Steam Deck and 56 FPS on the Legion Go OS. Then when boosting the Legion Go OS to 20 watts, we get 61 FPS. And finally, our favorite game to test was Cyberpunk 2077. I was using the Steam Deck preset, which takes the FSR to balance. Using this preset, you are locked to 30 FPS, which is what you would typically play on the Steam Deck anyway. But after unlocking the frame rate, I got around 47 FPS on the Steam Deck and an average of 51 FPS on the Legion Go OS. Both devices run SteamOS, meaning you're getting the same features across the board. Sleep to wake is a really nice feature to have, meaning your battery won't drain that much as supposed on Windows. Now, the biggest con of the Legion Go OS, which is the same for most Windows versions, is the fan noise. This thing spins its fans up, which is annoying sometimes. The Steam Deck, on the other hand, fan noise is minimal. If you're looking to buy a handheld, both devices have strengths and cons. Pricing is a very important factor to consider when buying a handheld. You are paying $550 for the Steam Deck and $600 for the Legion Go OS, both with the 512 gigabytes of storage. With an extra $50, you are getting a bigger display than the Steam Deck, a 120Hz screen, a VR display, and a stronger chipset. But if you ask me, that $50 difference isn't bad at all. Would you rather have a 90Hz OLED display with no VR or a larger IPS LCD with a 120Hz refresh rate and VR giving you smoother gameplay, especially in demanding titles? Personally, I think that $50 is worth it. So I've been using both devices extensively. If you're the kind of a person who wants a better battery life and prefers playing indie or less demanding games, I think the Steam Deck is a better option for you. Personally, I prefer the Legion Go OS. It has a larger display, a more powerful chip, and better display fidelity. I'm also looking forward to testing the more powerful Legion Go with the Z1 Extreme chip, so make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out when that video drops. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Catch you in the next video.